Hi, how are you? It's great to see you. Thanks for being on the page. So I know I said I put a video out to explain things. It's going to be very hard for me to explain things all at once, but I'm going to try and just summarise. So it's really good news. The good news is that you may have noticed across the globe, the planet, Earth, that people are beginning to understand that humans have completely screwed up. That we have polluted the environment and destroyed our natural habitat, and we are leaving nothing for future generations, and we are poisoning ourselves. We are waking up to ourselves and each other and our needs for a healthy life and a more emotionally fulfilling lifestyle for us as individuals, but also as a collective. So we are being helped with this. Now you may not want to accept that, and that's fine. I'll tell you the reason you don't accept that. The reason I didn't accept that for a long time was that I believed everything I was told. Because when we're children, we go to school and we are taught to believe everything we are told as truth. So I believed things when people said there's no such things as fairies, oh there's no such things as angels, oh there's no such things as. I believed that, and nobody did anything wrong. It was just told to us because that's what everybody else thought. But there's a reason. There's a reason we've been told these things. There's a reason this other part of ourselves, our soul, our spirit, there's a reason it's been shut down and not being able to connect directly to these higher realms, these realms that take care of us and look after us and give us inspiration and guidance to do good for ourselves and others. There's a reason. But now the veil is thinning, so love is winning. And you might think, what is she talking about? But it doesn't really matter. The point is, we are now able to help ourselves. We don't have to rely on external forms of control like governments, and I'm not an anarchist. I'm just saying we don't have to rely on other people to tell us what is the truth. We can find the truth for ourselves, because there is a direct connection between you and your higher self, which is in a different dimension and lives up there with the up there in the ether, perhaps inside, outside, all around. There is that little voice called your intuition that sometimes you think to yourself, oh, I knew that. Oh, I knew that. Or you get an idea and actually you turn up at some place thinking that maybe you might see such and such, and there they are. They popped into your head just before they arrived. How about that thing when the phone rings and you go to pick it up and you think who it is before you pick it up? How about when you're reading a book and the same word you're actually reading comes on the radio at the very same time? Are these things coincidences? Or are they guidance? Are they there as synchronicities to make us think or wake us up and think and listen and see, so that we are allowing ourselves the guidance that is available to us whilst we're on the earth? There is so much I can say, but I won't say it all at once. There's so much more, and it's good. So where do we start? That's the question. In my group, it's our group, we are one. We are talking about how this may happen. Washing over the earth, people waking up, realising the truth, realising that they do have this connection with Source directly, and people's natural response is one of anger. Anger that they've been lied to all this time, but really look at it a different way. So think about it as we have all been lied to, and there's not one particular person who's lied to us. It's just the way things have been. And if we can just accept that, we can change things. We can move through it without getting angry and feeling like a victim. We don't need to feel like a victim. We just need to realise that, oh my goodness, this is a special time. We're waking up. We're now having, like, if you can imagine, there's a veil between each dimension. The earthly dimension is one dimension that we live in. There are other dimensions. And if you can imagine that the veil between the dimensions is thinning. A little bit like when you go into dream state at night time. So when you're asleep, you dream. And when you wake up, sometimes you remember your dreams and sometimes you don't. So let's just imagine that during the day, you can also fall a little bit into a dream state where there are imaginary things happening, or it feels like imaginary things because it's in your mind and you're just going to that place of inspiration and creation, trying to think, oh my goodness, well I could make this, I could do this, I could do that. Or maybe if that happens, this could happen. All that kind of creative space in our brain. Where does the inspiration come from for people to write these fantastic books like Harry Potter and these amazing films like Avatar and The Matrix? Where does the inspiration come from? And is there any truth behind it? I'm not going to say too much. The best place to start, if you are just seeing the synchronicities, is just to go within. And you'll hear a lot of people saying that. But what that means is to sit down quietly and to listen to yourself. Or you don't have to sit down quietly. You could be doing the washing up, or you could be, just take yourself out in nature. Spend some time without any external noise coming into your ears or eyes or thoughts. Allow your thoughts to free themselves and spend time daydreaming. That's the way to connect to yourself, to your inner guidance, the one that will say, actually that looks like a good book, I might read that. Sometimes we daydream whilst we're on Facebook and we're just in a kind of airy-fairy state of, and we flick across something and it kind of catches our attention. If you've ever found something that catches your attention, lights you up, makes you feel a little bit excited, that's for you. Go with that. That's your guidance. Follow those guidance steps one by one. Take it at your time. There's no rush. But those guidance steps are there for a reason, and they're helping you to move in a certain direction. And that direction is the direction of your path back to your soul. That is your soul's purpose, the reason you're here, your fulfillment of your life's path. And when you get into that alignment, you begin to feel whole again. I remember now, this is who I am. Not to say that all of my life I haven't been on my life's path. I'm speaking personally now. I have. Everything I'm speaking personally now, it's not all about me, but everything you will find that you've done in your life, because like everything I've done in my life has led to this point. So we are going along our life's path, being directed to things that light us up or that we might need in the future. So I'm a nurse, personal trainer, swimming teacher, empowerment coach, which puts me in a perfect position for what I'm doing right now, but it doesn't define who I am. Ultimately, I'm just a light-hearted, free spiritual soul that came onto this earth to help people awaken and be a way shower. That is a teacher, someone who doesn't necessarily teach, but puts information out there and helps people ask themselves the right questions, or maybe I help them, I ask the right questions to help them get to their place. Where if you're feeling a little bit disconnected and unsure of your life's path and a bit disturbed or confused about what's happening at the moment in yourself or with your friends and family or your relationship or across the globe, there's so many things going on at the moment, natural disasters and wars and political uprising and so much discord that it's a very tumultuous time. So I'm just here to help. And this is not my day job, but it's It's my path. So ask any questions that you need to, and just know that I will be putting information out about my story and what happened to me, because I think that's another way of helping people understand and connect to what they're going through. But all information you will find when you seek it, and I will not be putting information on here that exposes things to you until you're ready to receive it. You will also find that you can trust yourself to only look at the information that you are guided to read or look at. Everything else you will just dismiss if you're not ready, because our brain will only let us receive information that we are ready for. Otherwise it's too much of a shock. So if you're ready and you're open, you're receiving this. You're receiving the nudge of maybe it is time to look into something else. Maybe there is something else. Maybe should actually just sit up and listen to what people are saying about this 11:11 awakening. Maybe I should be a little bit more conscious about the planet and my relationships with people, and the relationship with myself and my own emotional health, or my own physical health, or my own mental health. Maybe there is something in spirituality. Maybe there is something else there. Ultimately, all you have to worry about or think about, you don't have to worry about anything, but all you have to focus on is, yes, there is something else there, and it's called your soul, you. Because so much time on this earth is spent by so many people serving someone else, somebody else's beliefs that were instilled in us when we were children, that are still being instilled in us through our workplace, through our families, through our authorities or governments. We're just walking along some kind of treadmill, living somebody else's life. And that's why so many people feel disconnected and discontent. But it's good news, because now the veil is thinning, we're coming back to ourselves. We can receive so much passion and energy and love and vibrancy and light through nothing else but our higher self, our own guidance that comes from our soul, our heart, our wisdom, our higher mind. You may have questions, I cannot hear you, but you can message me. So that's it for today, and I'm just feeling things as I go along, so bear with me. If there's nothing on the page for a few days, it's because it's not time. It's a slow start. I didn't plan this. This just comes through, and that's the wonderful thing about the new way of living. We can feel our way through. We are not pushed by the 9 to 5, by the demands of society. Animals are not pushed. They are living beings like we are living beings. They turn up, they eat, they walk around, they sleep. Birds fly around, they do their thing, they communicate with each other, they feed each other, they make nests, they do their thing. They're not pushed by anything else or anyone else. Are we supposed to be pushed? Is that what we're here for? Or are we free, sovereign beings? Were we born onto this planet as just another life form? Yeah. Humans have made their own lives very difficult. Complicated. So I was talking to a solicitor today because I'm moving house. And It's so complex. All these numbers and figures and letters and all of these difficult ways of doing things. Why have we made our lives so difficult? What are our basic needs? Love. If you ask yourself why you need anything, if you keep asking yourself, but why do you need that? But why do you need that? But why do you need that? The end, the final answer is always love. We all want to feel loved, understood, supported, nurtured, cared for, heard, seen. That's love. And we don't need anyone else to do that. We can do it for ourselves. And until we find that source of love within us, we're always going to be dysfunctional, because we're going to be looked to buy the next thing or to find the next person to give us that. It never was about having that external to ourselves. We can have our own personal relationship with ourselves to make ourselves feel like that all the time. I feel in love all the time. Regardless of anything. It's amazing. I can't keep it a secret. So when my spiritual awakening happened, I was going to go straight on YouTube and tell everybody, it's real. The psychics are real. The tarot is real. It's real. Spirits are real. You can really, really talk to an external force. But I didn't, because I was thinking, where are all the other freak out people? Where's everyone else freaking out saying, oh my God, it's real. We get communication from angels. It's real. It's real. I tell you why, because people stay in a spiritual closet because they are very aware that there are different ways of thinking about things. And in the most part, we have been conditioned to think in a certain way and shut down. And we're not there to go making people believe in something. When you have your spiritual awakening, it's personal. But me being me, I just wanted to share it. So, we are now being asked to share it. The spiritual people are becoming practical, the practical people are becoming spiritual, and there's going to be a wash of information coming soon. So, just be open. That's all I'm saying. Just be open. Just set the intention in your mind. I wonder if there is a way to make the planet a better and healthier place for everyone. I wonder if there is a solution to the mental health problems. I wonder if there is a way of feeling emotionally fulfilled and loved without having validation from external forces or people or things. Never again will you feel annoyed that someone has done something to you, because you get to a point where you realise that it's all false. The truth is, we are powerful beyond measure. That's a great Marianne Williamson quote. And she suggests that our light is what we're frightened of, not our darkness. We keep ourselves small because it's safe. And stretching out of that closet, that stretching out of our belief system, stretching out of what might be possible for us, is more terrifying than staying in a place where it's painful. But stay open, because you never know what might happen. So, on that note, thanks for being here and listening. You're doing it for you, not for me. I'm not in this for anything. I've got a day job. And it's just so enlightening that well, it's my job to share it. It's my life's purpose, my mission. I've been told very clearly that it's my mission, and I have a wonderful relationship with my angelic guides, like I told you. Well, believe it or not, you don't have to believe it. I'm not going to stuff it down your throat, but it's real. Anyway, when you get more information from other sources, for example, they were talking about the 1111, the 1111 awakening codes on the Graham Norton show the other night. Oh, prick up your ears! Graham Norton show? Must be real then. If it's on the telly. So you will start hearing about it. Also from celebrities, because there are celebrities who are awakening and going through the ascension process too. There's also a number of us who have a specific mission to do together in groups. And you'll be hearing from many, many people about our experiences, and with proof and evidence that this exists. And it's never happened before in the history of man, but it's happening now. And why is it happening now? Because we have volcanoes erupting, we have earthquakes in places we've never had earthquakes before, we have floods coming out of our ears, we have disarray on the planet. The planet is destroying itself. But what happens when things destroy themselves? They get reborn. We have to destroy ourselves. We have to destroy our beliefs. We have to destroy everything we've been told. It's hard, I'm not going to lie. You do have to break down before you break through. And I'm here, and so many of us are here, Twin Flames, light workers. That's what we're here for. We've come on the planet at this time to go through what we've been through, to prepare us for this time right now. It's very exciting to hold the hands of people going through distress. And I hear so many people on the phone at 111 telling me that they're hearing voices, they're seeing things, and we put this down to delusion in the medical field. The simple fact is the veil is thinning. And you want to get on the right side of the spirit. You want to get in contact with the right spirit, not the wrong spirit. You want to stay in a high vibe. And when you get into a low place of anger or fear or worry or whatever, you need to ask for help, and help is going to be there. And so that's why the Lightworker community and the Twin Flame community are putting stuff out so that you know we're here when you need us. And you can make some sense of it. And you don't have to go through it like we've gone through it. I didn't go through it with anyone, I went through it on my own, and it was hard. Because I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was going crazy. But it's the most brilliant thing ever. The most amazing plan. And many people are already awake and already doing wonderful things. I put these things on my Facebook page. So it's inspiring when you read somebody else doing a wonderful thing because they're connected to their higher mind, and it's a great place to be. But to get there, it's a hero's journey. The road less travelled. But I'm here to help. So reach out if you need a chat, and keep your eye on the page. Just get nudged every now and then. I try and keep things as high vibe as possible. So anyway, lovely to talk to you, and if you, like I said, want to write anything in the comments below, I will comment back. This has been a 24-minute video. I only intended it to be like 10 minutes, but I always am open to whatever comes in. And I don't ever plan for anything anymore. I don't ever read. I don't ever write anything anymore. I don't ever read anything out. I can just work from my higher self. It's very liberating. So to be so truthful in your soul, to know what needs to be said to those people that need to hear it at a certain time. And when you're hearing this, that's the right moment for you to hear it. So I'm going to leave now, and enjoy your day. Take care. Love is all.